Hello, welcome back to Conversations That Matter. I'm your host, Natalie, and today we are talking about something that is quiet, uncomfortable, and honestly exhausting when you've lived through it. We are talking about fake people, but not just the obvious ones. Not the ones who gossip loudly or act shady out in the open. I'm talking about the ones who are really good at pretending. The ones who play nice in public, act like the picture of kindness, and fool everyone around them. Everyone except you. Do you ever deal with someone like that? Someone who's treated you terribly, but when other people talk about them, they're all like, oh, they're such a good person. They're so nice. And you just have to sit there like, yeah, okay. Because they don't know. They don't know the gaslighting, the guilt trips, the manipulation, the little digs that nobody else catches. They don't know the subtle cruelty that happens behind closed doors. And that is one of the most isolating feelings in the world. Watching someone who's hurt you be praised for being so kind. And your first instinct is wanting to scream it. You want to expose it. You want to shake people and go, they are not who you think they are. But here's the problem. People believe what they want to believe. They believe what's convenient, what fits the version they've already built in their head. If someone looks good, acts good, and says the right things, that's all most people need to see. But you have seen the truth. And I know how much that hurts. Because you start to wonder, why does no one else see it? Why am I the only one catching this? Am I crazy? No, you are not crazy. You are clear. See, the thing about truly fake people, the ones who have made a personality out of performing goodness, is that they depend on other people not paying attention. They thrive off image. They need to be liked. And they know exactly how to act to get it. It is not just a mask, it is a survival mechanism. They need to be seen as good, not to actually be good, but because that's their power source. Their whole identity revolves around maintaining that illusion. And when you start to see through it, that threatens everything. They'll call you crazy. They'll twist the story. They'll flip the script so they're the victim and you're the problem. That is the cycle. Fake people don't apologize. They perform remorse. They don't fix what they did. They fix how people see what they did. And that's why it feels so unfair. Because you know the truth, but the world only sees the show. But let's be honest, you can't argue with a mask. You can't win against illusion. If someone's whole persona is built on faking goodness, you'll never prove it without getting dragged into their performance. So what do? You stop fighting to be believed, and you start fighting to be free. You learn to let the truth speak over time, because it always comes out. When someone's good only when eyes are watching, trust me, people will notice. When someone's good only when eyes are watching, trust me, life has a funny way of revealing character. Maybe not immediately, but consistently. And in the meantime, you don't have to carry the weight of their disguise. You don't have to defend yourself against their lies. You don't have to convince the world of your truth, because peace isn't found in being understood. It's found in knowing you saw the truth before anyone else did. That is intuition. That is discernment. So no, you are not bitter. You are not dramatic. You are not overreacting. You are just the one who's awake while everyone else is still clapping for the show. This episode is for you if you've ever felt gaslit by appearances. If you've ever questioned your own experience because everyone else saw the version that was rehearsed, not the version that was real. We are going to unpack what that kind of betrayal does to your peace and how to get it back without faking calm, without spiritual bypassing, without the whole let them cliche. We are doing it real. Let's dive deeper. Fake people do not just wear masks, they build them. Compliment by calculated compliment. They learn early on that being seen as good is easier than being good. It's easier to charm than to change. And when you watch someone like that in action, it is honestly unsettling because they know exactly what to say. They know how to sound humble. They know how to sprinkle in just enough vulnerability to be seen as authentic. They even know how to cry on cue or twist an apology into a sympathy performance. And the wildest part is people eat it up. They will post about kindness online, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's such a pure soul. Meanwhile, you are in the corner like, are we talking about the same person? Because you've seen how they talk to people when no one's watching. You have seen how their tone changes when the cameras are off. You've seen the guilt trips, the condescending tone, the way they treat kindness like a tool for control. And it messes with your head because you start to wonder, how are they fooling everyone but me? Let me tell you something. They are not fooling you because your heart picks up on things that your eyes can't see. You can only distract people who don't listen deeply enough to feel it. And it's funny, fake people hate when you are intuitive. They hate when you stay quiet and observant because they can't read you the way they can manipulate others. So, they'll start a campaign, subtle, calculated, manipulative. They'll try to turn people against you before you even realize it's happening. They'll plant little seeds. Oh, she's just been acting weird lately. He's just sensitive. They're always so negative. Little comments that seem harmless until suddenly you are the problem. Meanwhile, you have said nothing. You've done nothing. You've just seen too much. And I want you to hear this clearly. That does not make you paranoid. It makes you perceptive. There is a difference. People who are obsessed with maintaining their image will always be threatened by people who see beneath it. They don't fear exposure. They fear discernment. Because discernment can't be argued with. You can't debate someone's intuition. You can gaslight it, sure. You can call it crazy. But deep down, they know you're right. Here is the thing. The mask always cracks. Always. Because no one can fake goodness forever. You can't perform compassion without eventually revealing resentment. You can't fake loyalty without slipping into self-interest. And when that happens, when the cracks start to show, the very people they fooled will start to notice what you saw all along. It might not be today, it might not be next month, but truth has a timeline, and it never expires. You might not be there to see it, but trust me, the same people who called them so genuine will one day say, something about them always felt off. That's the moment their show ends. That's when karma does what you did not have to. Real ones don't need to defend themselves. Time defends them. You don't have to explain your silence. You don't have to announce what you know. You just move different. You pull back, reclaim your peace, and stop participating in the illusion. Because your peace is not found in being believed. You do not need validation for these things at all. And once you stop seeking to be understood by people who only know the mask version of someone, you start living free again. You start healing. You stop replaying what every interaction is like. What if I said this? What if I proved that? You can't prove honesty to people committed to misunderstanding you. So stop explaining yourself. Stop trying to justify what your intuition already confirmed. And stop trying to win a popularity contest that was rigged from the start. You have peace. You have truth. And truth does not need an audience. It just needs time. This is not about bitterness. It's about balance. You are not angry that they fooled people. You are just tired of pretending you didn't see it. And that is okay. You can hold that frustration and still stay grounded. Because your healing doesn't depend on them taking off their mask. It depends on you letting go of needing to pull it off for them. Up next, we are going to talk about what happens when the truth finally hits, when you're left holding the pain of knowing who they really are, while everyone else still sees the performance, and how to heal from that without letting it make you cold. The thing about fake people is that they're not just rude or loud or obvious. The real danger comes from the ones who are good at pretending to be kind. The ones who perform sincerity so flawlessly, the world claps for them, while you're in the back of the crowd whispering, "If only you knew." And that is such a lonely feeling, isn't it? Knowing someone's truth when no one else sees it. Knowing how they spoke to you behind closed doors, and then watching them get praised. You start to question, did I imagine it? Am I crazy? But no, you are not crazy. You are not fake. They are fake, and you have realized that when no one else has. And you can hold that memory without letting it poison you. Because your peace does not come from proving their character. People who are skilled at manipulation, emotional or social, are often the ones who need to feel loved the most. They've built a whole identity out of keeping people fooled. They need others to believe in their version of the story, because if that mask falls off, they crumble. And sometimes that is the hardest part. Watching them spin their story, watching people eat it up, and realizing you can't save them. You can't wake someone up who is addicted to the applause. So you stop trying. Not out of spite, not out of "I'll show you," but out of quiet acceptance that truth doesn't need your defense. It just needs time. Because time is the one thing fakeness can't survive. You can wear a mask for a while, but not forever. And maybe that's what maturity is. Not clapping back, not exposing, just quietly stepping aside and letting truth do its slow, steady work. But let's be honest, it still stings, right? It still hurts watching people who hurt you thrive like they've done nothing wrong. It's like watching someone steal your script and win an award for it. But here's the thing. They can steal your story, but they can't steal your soul. They can copy your kindness, but they can't recreate your intention. They can mimic your tone, but not your truth. Because real good, that quiet, honest good, leaves fingerprints. And those fingerprints show up in the way people feel around you, not the way you advertise yourself. So when you start to lose faith in people, when you start thinking, what's the point of being real if fake people win? Remind yourself that they are not winning, they are just loud. And the loudest people are usually the ones trying hardest to drown out their own silence. You keep your head high. You keep walking in truth even when it's quiet. Because one day, when the dust settles and the masks fall, the only thing left standing will be what's real. That is where your peace is. Not in revenge, not in exposure. Knowing that no one can take what is authentically you. So let's talk about what happens after. After the masks fall, after the lies fade. Healing from fake people isn't about forgiving them for their comfort. It's about freeing yourself from their control. It's realizing you can't change what they did, but you can change how long you carry it. The first step to healing is to stop trying to understand why they are the way they are. Because that's where we get stuck. We replay it over and over. The conversations, the smiles, the moments that felt real. We ask, how could they do that? But you will never find peace in their why. Their actions were a reflection of them, not a measurement of your worth. The second step is to grieve what you thought was real. Because even if it was fake on their end, it was real for you. You showed up with sincerity. You cared with your whole heart. You were genuine. And that version of you deserves to be honored, not silenced. So cry for that. For the version of you that believed in their goodness. That is not weakness. That is proof that you loved honestly in a world that doesn't always know how to do that anymore. The third step is to stop letting their behavior define your softness. After someone fakes kindness or manipulates your trust, your first instinct might be to harden, to shut people out, to promise yourself never again. Don't let them take your warmth with them. You can be wise and soft. You can protect your heart and keep it open. You can say, I have seen darkness, but I still choose light. Healing means learning that closure doesn't come from confrontation. It comes from release. You don't need them to admit what they did. You don't need an apology to move on. You can simply whisper to yourself, that doesn't define me anymore. And when you feel the anger bubbling up, because it will, let it move through you, not in you. Write about it, scream into a pillow, take a drive, and cry if you need to. But when the wave passes, do not pick the anger back up. Leave it in the tide. Because peace does not come from pretending it didn't hurt. Hurting is not weakness. Hurting is real. And that is the whole point of this. You are real. You are a real person with real feelings. And do not ever beat yourself up for that. The truth is, healing does not always look graceful. Sometimes it looks like blocking someone and shaking as you do it. Sometimes it looks like saying nothing, even when you could expose them. Sometimes it looks like being quiet when your heart is screaming. But one day, you will wake up and realize you don't think about them in the morning. You won't feel that tightness in your chest anymore. Their name won't sting the way that it used to. That is how healing really shows up, silently, softly, like peace slipping back into your bones. You will trust again. You will smile again. You will meet new people who remind you that authenticity still exists. And when that happens, promise yourself this: do not hold new people hostage for what the fake ones did. They don't deserve to pay for someone else's mistakes. Let the past be your teacher, not your identity. So if you're listening right now and you're tired, confused, angry, or hurt, just breathe. You are not broken. You are just detoxing from deception. And when the truth is that heavy, healing takes time, but it does come. One day, you'll look back and realize you didn't need them to see your worth. You just needed to remember it yourself. And that right there is how you heal from fake people. You stop chasing closure and remind yourself, real will always recognize real. Just keep being real. Keep being you. That is it for today's episode. I hope that you took something from this that will help you in your week. And remember that you are stronger than you know. And you are so loved. I'll see you next time.